Hello everyone, today I'm going to be filming a makeup decluttering video and I'm going to be decluttering my face products today. So I have gone through all of my face products in my makeup collection and I've sorted out which things I'm going to keep and which things I'm going to test and then which things I'm going to give away. If you're wondering what I'm going to give them away to, I'm going to give them either to friends, family, or I will donate them to some kind of shelter or something. Not too sure if I'm going to continue these videos and do like a little series. I'm going to see how this video goes and whether people like it or not. Hopefully you do like it because it did take me quite a lot of time to film this video and quite a lot of effort as well, and the reason I did this video is because I love watching these videos, so I thought hopefully you might too. So yeah, I'm not going to kind of go on too long because this is a very long video anyway. I hope you all enjoyed the video and I'm going to get started with decluttering my makeup collection, so if you want to see that then keep on watching. So to start off the face section of this decluttering, I'm actually going to start with one of the first face drawers I have, which is like a primer setting kind of drawer. Like I have primers in here and loose powders. I think I've got a setting spray in here and like just a few little bits like that. So this should be quite a quick section, but it's one that I did want to go through. And yeah, so the way I've set it out, so in here is the contents of the drawer. I'm not going to be decluttering the things in my actual makeup storage because I want to do a makeup collection video and I feel like that would kind of ruin it. So I want to do it completely separate from that, and so everything that's in the normal drawer will be in this box. And then I've got 4 little boxes here, as you can see. These 2 up here are going to be boxes of products to give away, and the 2 down the bottom are going to be this one to keep, and then in this bit here I'm going to have products that I'm kind of unsure about and want to test out for a little bit, so I'm going to keep onto them for a while, but they're kind of, maybe we'll be getting rid of them at a future point. So that's the way I'm going to do it. Hopefully this all sort of goes to plan. I think the layout is okay. From what I can see, it looks okay. So I'm just going to literally go through the products, talk you through them, and talk whether I'm going to keep them or not. So starting off with this is my Jurlique Rose Silk Finishing Powder. I love this, it's really nice and it's really good, so I'm definitely going to keep that. I have this in here from Sleek. This is their colour corrector palette. This is what the palette looks like. So you've got 6 different shades. The only one I've used is the green one, and I just don't really think I'm going to be using this very much, so I'm going to pass this on because it's actually brand new apart from the green one, which has just been used like once or twice. Next I have 2 of the L'Oreal True Match the Minerals Mineral Powder Foundation. These are both in the shade Golden Ivory. The 2 here I have, this one is pretty much brand new, so I'm going to pass this one on, and this one has a tiny little bit left, which I think I'm going to keep for now just in case I do ever want to go back to it, because it is only a small little amount left, so I'm going to keep that one for now. Next I have this is the No. 7 Instant Illusions Airbrush Away Primer. They've changed the packaging of this now. This is 1, really old, and 2, this is pretty much used up, so I'm actually just going to bin this. I have quite a lot of mini products because I get sent samples quite a lot, and you just pick up samples with different sets and stuff. So I have a mini Benefit the Professional Matte Rescue Invisible Finish Mattifying Gel. I've never used this and I just don't think I will, so I'm going to pass that on. And then I have a little mini That Gal Brightening Face Primer. I like this, it's not a horrible product, but I don't really use it much, and I've got a lot of other products similar, so I'm going to pass that on as well. I have a mini Dr. Feelgood, which is like a kind of like balm kind of primer. I haven't ever used this, and again I just don't think I will, so I'm going to pass that on as well. I have this in here which is from NYX. It's actually a tester and it is just their primers, all it says on the back. If you're wondering how I got hold of this, my mum works at Boots and they sometimes sell testers that they have for charity, so that's how I got hold of it if you're wondering how I got that. But to be honest, I don't really like this. I'm just not a fan of these kind of like balmy primers, so I'm going to pass that on. I have a little mini Benefit Professional Agent Zero Shine. This is a little powder and I just never got on with this, so again I'm going to pass that on. I have a full-size Benefit Professional and a little mini one. The full-size one I will keep, and the little mini one doesn't have enough in to give away, so I'm just going to keep this for now and use it up and then go on to the full-size one. Next I have the Yves Rocher Light and Luminous Loose Powder. I quite like this. It's not my favourite loose powder ever, but it is okay, and I will keep it for now because it is alright enough for me to use. So I also have the Vichy Derma Blend Powder. I absolutely love this. This is probably my all-time favourite loose powder that I've tried. Actually no, it's joint first with another one which I'll show you in a minute, and I love this, so I'm definitely keeping that. Another loose powder I absolutely love and is my other joint first is this one from No. 7. It's their Perfect Light Loose Powder in Translucent. I love this and definitely will be keeping that as well. Then I have the This Works In Transit Camera Close-Up, which is a mask, moisturiser and primer in one. I've never used this, and again, I just can't really see me using this anytime in the future, so I'm going to pass that on because that's brand new, I think, so someone else can use that. I have this little mini MAC Prep and Prime. It's skin-based Visage. I think I've used this once, and I can't really remember what it's like, so I'm going to put this in the testing box because I want to try it out just once or twice more before I think about giving it away. The same with this little mini MAC Strobe Cream. I think I've used this once, but I can't really remember what it was like, so I'm going to put this in the testing box again to see what I think of it and see if I'll get on with it. Next there is this, which is the Bourjois Happy Light Matte Serum Primer. I don't really like primers as a whole, but this one I love. It's really nice, and so I'm definitely keeping that. I have the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. I never really got on with this, and I feel like I have a lot of products similar, so I'm going to pass that on. I have the Meet or Might Diamond Heart Base Primer. This is an illuminating primer, and it is quite nice if that is your kind of thing, and I have used quite a lot of it, so I'm going to keep this because I feel like it is nice to have an illuminating primer just in case I want a really glowy look, so I'm going to keep that. I also have this from Miss Sporty, which is the Instaglow Primer, which is very similar, so I don't think I'm going to keep this just because I don't see the point in keeping something similar that I don't overly use. So, and another kind of similar product is the 17 Skin Wow 3-Way Highlighter. I don't think I've mixed this in with foundation yet, so that's one thing I do want to try before I get rid of it completely. So I'm going to put this in the testing pile and give that a go. I have the Jane Iredale Smooth Affair Mini Little Primer, and I can't remember ever using this, so I'm going to try this out and see what I think about it before I pass that on. I have the Nip and Fab Smooth Viper Venom Micro Blur Primer. Again, I can't really remember what I thought about this, so I'm going to put this in the testing pile and hopefully I might get on with it, but if not, I'll pass it on. I have the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. This is the only setting spray I actually own, which might be a surprise to some people because setting sprays have become like quite a current thing, but this is the only one I own and it is quite nice, so I'm going to keep that. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. This doesn't have a lot left, and to be honest I didn't really notice anything kind of special with this, but I feel like there's just so little left that I might as well just use it up, so I'm going to keep that for now. I have this, which is the Magic Cosmetics Magic Orange Cream Concealer Corrector. This is an orange colour corrector, and you use it under your eyes to get rid of darkness or any places you've got hyperpigmentation. As you can see, I've used it quite a lot because I used to love this. I am going to keep this for now because it is great for like really full-on looks, and I don't have anything else like it, so I am going to keep this. I have this, which is the Bella Pierre Banana Setting Powder. I really like this. I don't have another banana powder as well. It's a little bit too dark for me at the minute because my skin's gone really pale. Now it's winter, but in summer I absolutely loved this and got on really well with it, so I'm going to keep that. I also have this, which is the Bourjois Rice Powder. I believe they've actually discontinued this, but I do quite like it, so I'm going to keep this for now. I have the Body Shop All-in-One Insta Blur. I've just never really been able to get on with this, so I'm going to pass this on. I also have this, which is the Estee Lauder Idealist Pore Minimizing Skin Refinisher. This is a little mini version. I can't really remember what this is quite like. I remember I kept using it as a serum and didn't like it as a serum, so I put it in my primer drawer to use as a primer, but I haven't got around to using it, so I'm going to put this in the testing pile. Next I have this, which is the Revlon Photo Ready Prime and Anti-Shine. I used to like this, but now I just feel like it makes my skin feel too like claggy, and I really don't like the feel of it, but I think I might keep it just in case I want like a really heavy duty primer, because it is really good for that kind of thing, and it's like a balm kind of consistency. There is quite a lot though, so what I might do is put it in my testing actually, see if I can get to terms with it a bit more, and if not, just give it away because there's no point keeping it if I'm really not going to use it. I have the City Colour Correct and Perfect palette. This I actually really like. The colours are really nice, like the formula is really lovely. As you can see, the green one I've used pretty much most of it now, and it is a nice little palette, so I'm going to hold on to this for a little while. I don't really use colour correcting, but just in case I do want to, it's a nice little palette to have. Finally, I have the Cargo HD Picture Perfect Liquid Mattifier. I don't hate this, it's a good product for what it is, but it's just these kind of products I really don't like. It's kind of like a silicone-y kind of liquid mattifying primer, and I just don't like them. That is the first straw done. So as you can see, I am keeping these products here, testing out these ones here, and then giving these ones away. So that is the first section of my face straws done. So moving on to the second section. So this is the second part of my face collection, and in here I have all my foundations, concealers, powders, BB creams, all that kind of stuff. I am going to start with my concealers. I have them in this little box just because that's what they were in my drawers. I have the Joan Collins Fade to Perfect Concealer in Fair. I really like this and yeah, it's great, so I'm going to keep that. I have two of the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealers. I do really like this concealer, but this one is really old now, so I'm just going to bin that, and this one's quite a new one, so I'm going to keep that one. So I have the two of the NYX HD concealers in shade 1 and 2. Shade 2 is actually dried up now, so I'm going to bin that one. And shade 1 has a little bit less, and I'm going to keep that one for now. The 17 Stay Time concealer I love. This is in the shade Fair. I believe they're actually discontinuing this now, but I will keep that. I have the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I don't love this, but I don't hate it, and I feel like this is going to be quite hard to give to someone because it's got this like little sponge applicator, so I'm just going to keep that for now. I have two concealers from Bourjois. I have the Healthy Mix concealer, which is quite nice. I don't hate it, but I don't love it, but it's kind of okay to have. So this is in Light Radiance and it's pretty alright, so I'm going to keep that. And then this one is one of my all-time favourite concealers that I've ever tried. It's the Radiance Reveal concealer in shade 1 Ivory, and I love this, it's amazing. I have the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in Porcelain. This has a little bit of life left in it, so I'm going to keep this for now. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Concealer in Fair. Again, I really quite like this, so I'm going to keep that. I have a Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade Fair, which I really like, so again, I'm going to keep that. Maybelline Fit Me, I also really like, that's in shade 10. The 17 Skin Wow Concealer in Medium, I will be keeping as well. The Cargo HD Pitch Perfect Concealer in 1C, I'll also be keeping. The No. 7 Instant Radiance Concealer, I will also be keeping. And finally, my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer is kind of coming to an end, but there is enough sort of in it to keep, so I will be keeping that as well. So that was the concealer part done. I felt like I didn't really get rid of any, but as a whole, I don't really ever have any problems with concealers. I tend to like most concealers going, so I'm really happy with keeping those. Moving on to foundations, I don't really know where to start with this drawer, to be honest, because it's just so kind of full up and a bit hectic, so I'm going to go through the ones that I definitely want to either keep or get rid of. One that I am thinking of getting rid of is this one. It's the No. 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation in Calico. Unfortunately, No. 7, their lightest shade is too dark for me, and as you can see, this has a lot left in it, and as a whole I just don't really like matte foundations, so I'm going to pass that on. Another one that I'm definitely going to get rid of is the Rimmel Wake Me Up Foundation in Ivory. I used to love this, but this is a really bad colour for me. It's a little bit too dark, and as you can see, I've had it for so long and not used it for so long, it's actually like settled all around the bottom, so I think that's just time to bin that. I have two of the L'Oreal Nude Magique Cushion Foundations. Even though I love this, I really don't need two, so I'm going to keep this one because this one is more used than this one, and pass this one on. This is a really nice foundation though, it's really lightweight and it's just lovely, but I just don't need two because I've got so many foundations that as a whole I don't really need more than one of any because I have loads to go through. I have these from NYX. These are their HD foundation sticks, and again, these are testers, but I have the shades 01 and I also have the shade 03, and I absolutely love these. I'll definitely be keeping them because they are amazing. They are really, really good, and I am obsessed with them, so I'm definitely keeping those. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation in Ivory. This is quite new for me, and I haven't really had a proper chance to try it out yet, so I'm going to put this in the trying box because I haven't had a proper chance to try it out. I have this foundation from Rimmel, which is the Match Perfection foundation in Light Porcelain. I haven't used this in a really long time and I can't remember what it was like, so I'm going to put this in the trying pile because this is a really good colour, especially for me at the minute. The Light Porcelain shade from Rimmel, if you are really pale and looking for an affordable foundation, this is a really quite good shade if you are super pale like me. So yeah, and they do it in all their foundations as well. So I'm going to put this in the trying pile. This I will definitely be keeping. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light foundation. I love this. It's in Intensity 1.0. I love it. It's really good, and yeah, I love it. So I will also definitely be keeping this. This is the Bourjois City Radiance foundation. I love this. It's in the shade Rose Ivory, and yeah, it's just great, so I'll definitely be keeping that. To make space for all the other foundations, I've moved the concealers back into this pot. So I have 3 of the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundations. I'm not sure why I have 3, but this one feels pretty much empty, so I'm going to put this one in the bin. But these other 2 I am definitely going to keep because I love this foundation. I use it all the time, and even though they've changed the packaging of it now, this is the old packaging, I just love it. It's great, so I'm going to keep that. And if you're wondering what shade I use the shade Light Vanilla. The same with this. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix kind of original foundation. I love this as well, even though it doesn't look like it. And this is also in the shade Light Vanilla, and I'm definitely keeping that as well. So next I have my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC15. I can't quite remember what this is like, and I feel like I don't like it very much, but I'm going to put it in the testing pile to see what I think of it and kind of give it another chance before getting rid of it completely. I have this foundation, which is No. 7's Airbrush Away foundation in Calico again. As I said before, the shade Calico from No. 7 isn't very good for me because it's really quite dark, even though it's their lightest shade. But this foundation is lovely. It's very sort of silky and it is very oily, so I recommend this for people with quite dry, mature skin. But for me, I feel like it is very oily and I don't really know what to think about it. I might give it another go. I might put it in the trying pile for now and see what I think about it in a while. Another foundation I will be keeping is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in the shade 2C4 Ivory Rose. Again, I really like this. The colour is a little bit off for me at the minute, but I do love it and it's a really nice foundation. It is very full coverage and it is quite heavy, but if you're kind of okay with that, then it's great. So I have this foundation from Rimmel. It's their Lasting Finish 24-hour nude foundation in Light Porcelain. As you can see, this has a tiny little amount left and I don't know how long I've had this. I'm just going to bin this. I have the Cargo Cosmetics foundation and this is in shade 10. This is actually really nice. I sort of forget I have this. It's in like a squeezy pouch, which is a bit weird, but it's actually a really nice foundation. So I'm actually going to keep this for now. I have the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is in shade Ivory. This is the old packaging. They have updated it since this packaging, but I still have the old one. Some people say the old formula is better, so I kept it, but I think I might put this in the testing pile because I haven't used it in so long that I am not too sure kind of what I thought about it. So I'm going to put this in the testing pile and come back to it. And I have the L'Oreal Lumiere Magique, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. I can't quite remember what it was like, so I'm going to put this in with the testing products and give it a go again and see kind of what I thought about it. There is most of it gone, so I think I did quite like this if I remember rightly, but I am going to test it a few more times just before I get rid of it completely. And I think the shade of this is Rose Pearl, if you're wondering. I have the Joan Collins Timeless Beauty First Base Foundation. Haven't actually got around to trying this out yet because I've had so many foundations to use up. This is in the shade Warm Extra Fair, and I'm going to keep this for now because I haven't tried it out, so I do want to see what it's like. I have the Revlon Colour Stay Foundation for normal to dry skin in Ivory. I really like this. I do have to keep it upside down because this is the older packaging without the pump, but I do really like this. I'm actually going to keep this. I sort of forgot about it, and it's another really good foundation if you have pale skin. So I also have the Revlon Colour Stay for normal to dry skin in this shade as well, which is medium beige, which is actually still quite light considering it's a beige colour, but I'm actually going to keep this one as well because I think it's good to have certain foundations in different colours, but that is the difference if you want to kind of know. I have this foundation, which is the Essence Pure Nude Makeup Foundation in Pure Beige. This is a lovely foundation. It's really good coverage and it feels so lightweight considering, and it's really affordable, but I think I might get rid of this now because I just don't reach for it very much, and I think there will be enough for someone to try this out, so I'm going to put this in the giveaway pile. I have 2 of the 17 Stay Time foundation. I absolutely love this. It is full coverage, and it definitely is full coverage. It is quite heavy, but obviously it is a full coverage foundation, so that's what you can kind of expect. I have 2 shades. I have Porcelain and Soft Ivory. Soft Ivory is actually lighter than Porcelain. I don't really know how that works, but that's why I've got 2 shades of it, and I am going to keep both of these because I do really like them. So I have the Max Factor Miracle Match foundation in Light Ivory. I absolutely love this. It's a really nice foundation. Haven't used it in a while because the colour was off for me over the summer, but now I'm back pale again. I'll definitely get some more use out of this, so I'm keeping that. Next I have the Bourjois Happy Light foundation, and this is in the shade Porcelain. I never really got on with this too much. Like, I don't hate it, but I've never really loved it, and I've had it for a long time, and as you can see I haven't used it in ages, so that I'm just going to bin. I also have the Bourjois Air Matte foundation, and this is in Rose Ivory. I can't quite remember what this is like, so I'm going to put this in the testing pile and try that out. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 115. I'm not too sure what this is like. I don't think I've ever used this actually. So I'm going to put this in the testing thing and again see what that's like. I have the Body Shop All-in-One BB Cream in 00. I haven't ever really got on with this very well, and I feel like this is just one of those things that, again, I don't like hate it, but I just never really quite got on with it. So I think I might, I don't know, it hasn't got an awful lot left in, so I might just bin this. Yeah, so that's just gonna go. I have the Bourjois 123 Perfect CC cream. This is lovely actually. I use this a lot in summer and I really like it, so I'm gonna keep that. I have the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 115. I used to absolutely love this and I stopped using it and I can't really remember why, so I'm gonna put this in the testing pile and see if I can rekindle my love for it. I also have the Yves Rocher Instant Youthful Effect foundation in beige, number 100. This I love, it's a really nice foundation, and for a long time it wasn't my colour, so I'm really happy that it's back into my colour again, so I'm happy to have that back. I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte in Porcelain. I think this is pretty much empty, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. And then finally I have the Miss Sporty Insta Glow Foundation in 002 Light. This is a nice product, but it's just one of those things that I don't really reach for, and as you can see I have quite a lot of foundation, so I just feel like I don't need this one, so that one can get passed on. And then I forgot to add in this. This is the Vichy Normaderm Unifying Corrective Cream in Light. This is okay. It's not a product that I love, but it's not a product that I hate, but I will keep this for now because it's pretty much the only BB cream I own, so it is quite a nice thing to have. So that is everything to do with my foundation. So as a whole, I haven't actually got many foundations to give away. A lot of my foundations I'm either keeping or binning. As you can see, there's quite a few in the bin compartment because they're just too old or too used, but as a whole I'm keeping a lot of foundations. It's more than I am ever going to need, but I do like having a little variation and I do like sort of trying out things, and most of the foundations I'm keeping are in the trying section, as you can see, so a lot of them I might, you know, pass on or whatever anyway. So the final part I have in this bit is my pressed powders. I have only a few pressed powders and I think most of them are going to keep, to be honest, but I'll go through them anyway. So first of all I have two of the Joan Collins compact duos. Oh, they sent me both of these, and the first one I have used a bit but not loads. This is the first one I have, and normally have a lipstick in here as well, and the second one I haven't touched. So what I might do is give the second one away because this is a little bit too dark for me at the moment, so I won't be using it for a long time, and I have another lipstick that I can put in there, so I'm going to give that one away. Then I have the 17 Stay Time pressed powder. This is in Fair. I really like this. It's quite nice. As you can see, I've used it a lot, so I'll be keeping that. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour powder. This is in Porcelain, and again, this is quite nice, so I will be keeping that. I have the Maybelline Matte Maker. Now, this has pretty much nothing left, so I'm actually just going to bin this because there's not really any point in me keeping that. This is a great powder though, I really like this powder. And then finally for that little section, I have the Makeup Revolution Radiant Lights powder in Breathe. And again, this doesn't really have much left, but there is enough to kind of get some more use out of it. And I really like this, even though it's a powder, it's like almost like a highlight kind of thing. It just gives a really nice like natural glow. It's a dupe for the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders, and they've got a few different colours as well, but I will be keeping that. That is the next drawer done. So these are all the products I've decided to keep. There is quite a lot in here, as you can see, but this is everything as well, so it's not that much really. I know it is more than I would definitely ever need, but the whole point is I do collect makeup, so even though I am decluttering, I don't also want to kind of completely get rid of everything and strip down to the basics. So for testing I have quite a few products to test out, and then to give away I have a few products as well. So that is the next part. So moving on to the final part of my face bit. So moving on to the final section of my face drawers, I have this drawer here, which is my blusher, bronzer, highlighter, contour kind of drawer. So this side I have all my blushes, and this side I have all my highlight and contour and stuff. there is a divider in the middle, not that you can see it very well because this drawer is so overloaded. And yeah, this isn't the other drawer I was using. This is actually from my acrylic storage, which you will see when I do my makeup collection, but it just was easier to put it in here. So I'm just going to go through everything. This is going to take quite a while, so please bear with me. I'm going to start with my blushes. First of all, I have two blushes from Soap and Glory. I have Love at First blush, which is this one, and then I have this one, which is called Peach Party. So this is Peach Party, this is Love at First blush. I really like both of these. They are lovely, but this one is Love at First blush, and this one I just don't really reach for at all. I love peachy blushes the best, and I feel like this is just a waste to stay with me, so I'm going to pass this one on and keep Peach Parties. Moving on, I have quite a few products from Sleek in my blusher section. So this blusher is called Life's a Peach. I don't have anything quite like this, and it's a really pretty matte sort of peachy blush, so I'm going to keep this because I do love it. I also have another single blush in the shade Pomegranate, which is this sparkly like purple colour, and I don't wear this all the time, but it is something that is quite unique to my collection, so I am going to keep this as well. I have 4 of the Sleek Blush by 3 trios, so I'm going to go through these. The first one I have is limited edition. This one's called Santa Marina, and it looks like this. I have not used this really since I bought it, so I am going to pass this on. I have this one here, which is California. This is actually a cream blush palette, and I don't normally go for cream blushes, but I do really like these and I love the colours as well, so I am going to keep this for now. I have this one, which is called Pink Lemonade. This has 2 powder blushes and a cream one, and again, I actually really like this. It's a really pretty blush palette, so I am going to keep this one as well. Finally, I have this one, which is called Lace, and unfortunately the middle shade in this smashed pretty much when I first got it, and then the other 2 shades are just a bit too bright for me, so I am going to pass this on. Hopefully someone will get use out of the last 2 shades. Finally, from Sleek in the blusher section, I have one of their cream to powder blushes. This is in the colour Carnation. It's quite a bright pink colour. Haven't tried this out yet, so I'm going to put this in the trying pile because it is quite new. I have this blush from Makeup Revolution. It's their Vivid Baked blusher in All I Think About Is You. It's a really nice colour and a really nice formula, but pinky blushes just aren't very me anymore, so I'm going to pass this on. I have 2 of the Miss Sporty Insta Glow blushes. This one is called Flushed Pink, and I'm going to pass this on just because it's a little bit too pink for me. And then I have this one, which is called Luminous Beige, which I'm also going to pass on because even though it's really pretty, I just don't use it. I have this blusher here, which is from I Heart Makeup, and this is the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher in Peachy Keen Heart. Even though this is really pretty, I just don't use it, so I am going to pass this on as well. I have this blusher here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of her Cheek to Chic blushes in the shade Ecstasy. I really love this and it's a really nice colour, so I'm going to keep that. I have this from Revlon, which is their highlighting palette in Peach Glow. I actually only got this recently and I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm going to put this in the testing pile. And then I'm also going to put this blusher from Revlon, which is just their powder blush in Classy Coral, into the trying section because I only got this recently and I still haven't tried it yet. I have this blusher from number 7. It's their Natural Blush Tint Powder in Coral Flush. It's a really nice colour, but I have so many colours like this that I just don't need this one, so I am going to pass that on as well. I have this blush from L'Oreal. It's just called the Les Blush, and this is in the shade Rosy Cheeks. Again, it's a really pretty blusher, but I have lots of colours like this, and it's a little bit too pink and shimmery for me, so I'm going to pass that one on as well. I have 2 of the Milani Baked blushes. I really like these. This one is called Luminoso, and it's my absolute favourite blusher. Probably one of my all-time favourite blushes ever. I love it, so I'm definitely keeping that. And this one I haven't actually tried yet. It's called Dolce Pink, and it's kind of a bit like NARS Orgasm, but I haven't actually tried that one out yet, so we'll be putting that in the testing pile. I have this from Dusty Girls. It's their Natural Mineral Blush in Pink Ladies. This is a really pretty blusher, and I do really like this, so I will be keeping that. And then I have 4 of the Max Factor Cream Puff blushes. So the first one I have is Lovely Pink. I really like this colour and I do use this quite a bit, so we'll be keeping that one. Then there is this one, which is called Seductive Pink, which I think I'm going to test out and see how I feel about it, so I'm going to put that in the testing pile. I have Nude Mauve, which I just don't think I'm ever going to really wear, so I'm going to pass that on. And finally I have Gorgeous Berries, which did actually break, so I've repressed it, but I do quite like it and it's quite a nice colour, so we'll keep that one. I have 3 of the Bourjois Little Round Pot blushes. I have the shades Frosted Rose, Ashes of Roses with Rose Amber. Definitely will pass this one on because I just haven't used it. This is Ashes of Roses. It's a really nice colour, but it's just a little bit too pink for me, so I'll pass that one on. I think I'm going to keep Frosted Rose and try this one out, which is called Rose Amber. I have this blusher here from a brand called Ruby, and I'm not sure what the shade of this is. I have tried this and I do really like it, but what I think I might do is put it in the try pile and compare it to the other colours I've got, and maybe see if I do need it after all, because I do think I might have some colours similar. And then I have 6 of the Natural Collection blushes. I did used to collect these and I do really like them. So the colours I have are Rosy Glow, Sweet Cheeks, Dusky Pink, Pink Cloud, Peach Melba, Sugar Plum, which is this one. 2 that I have noticed that I'm going to get rid of straight away is this one called Sugar Plum. I think this is just a bit too dark for me. This one, which is Pink Cloud, because again I think it's just a bit too pink. I will definitely be keeping Peach Melba because this was my first one and it is my favourite out of the lot. These are the other 3 compared. So we have Dusky Pink, Sweet Cheeks and Rosy Glow. Now I think I might keep Dusky Pink and Sweet Cheeks. I think I'm going to put in the testing one and then get rid of this one. Rosy Glow is going to go in the giveaway pile. Dusky Pink is going to stay for now. And Sweet Cheeks is going to go in the try pile. I then have this blusher from Lord & Berry. It's called Honey, and I do quite like this. The colour is quite pretty. It doesn't really show up though, which is my only problem with it. So I think for now I'm going to put this in the try pile, and if it keeps not showing up then I don't really see the point in keeping it. So finally I have this blusher from Chanel, and I didn't use this for a really long time, but I've actually got into using it a lot recently. It's just the powder blush in the shade Golden Sun, and I do love this colour. It is quite dark, but I do kind of make it work and I do love it, so I will be keeping that. So finally, moving on to my highlight, bronzer, blusher, contour section. I have a lot to go through in this section, so again I am going to work quite quickly. So first of all, I have the Technic Get Gorgeous highlighting powder in Pink Sparkle. I haven't used this and I don't really like it, so I'm going to pass that on. I have the Dusty Girls Natural Mineral Bronzer in Sunshine. I'm going to put this in the testing pile because I have a feeling it might be too dark, but I am going to try it out just before I get rid of it because I do love the formula of these. I have the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt Contouring Palette in Light. I used to like this, but to be honest, I don't really use cream contouring anymore, and there is enough in there for someone to see if they like it, so I'm going to pass that on. And I have the MUA Prism Loose Powder Highlighter. I haven't actually tried this out yet because I only got it recently. It's in the shade Star Illusion, and I'm going to put this in the trying pile. Next I have this. This is from Magic Cosmetics. It's their double-sided cream contour stick. You have the cream contour stick that side, and then this side is like a liquid matte highlighter. I have used this and it is okay, but it is just a matte highlighter, and the contour side is a little bit too dark for me, so I'm actually going to bin this because I don't think anyone will want this. Next I have the Body Shop Honey Bronzer. This is in the shade 02 Fair Matte. I absolutely love this. It's perfect for this time of year when I'm really pale, and I use it all the time, so I'm going to keep that. I also have this. This is from Essence. It's their Mosaic Compact Powder in Sunkissed Beauty. I don't hate this, but I just don't really reach for it, so I'm going to pass that on. Next I have this from Bourjois. It's their Chocolate Bronzer in 52. I absolutely love this. I use it all the time and it's one of my all-time favourite bronzers, so I'm going to keep that. I also have this from NYX. This is the Wonder Stick, and one side you have a highlight and then one side you have a cream contour, and as you can see I love the cream contour. I use it all the time, and the highlight's okay, but the cream contour is definitely the best side, so I will be keeping that. I have a mini Benefit Dew the Hoola. This is a liquid bronzer and I love it. It's really nice, so I will be keeping this as well. I have the MUA Prism highlighter in Rose Tinted. I haven't tried this out yet. It's actually brand new and I do want to try it. We'll be putting this in the trying box. I have this highlighter from ELF. This is called Blush Gems and it's one of their baked highlighters. I absolutely love this. It's a really nice colour and it's just great, so I will be keeping that. I have this from Rimmel. This is their Kate Moss little contouring kit. Inside you have a highlighter, a bronzer and a blusher. I have had this before and I didn't really like it. I'm going to pass this on because I will not be using this and it's brand new. I also have the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny. I haven't used this in a really long time, so I'm going to put this in the trying pile to see if I like it again. I also have the Balm Merry Luminizer. This is a highlighter and I love this. It's a really lovely highlighter. I can definitely see why everyone liked it. It's really beautiful and I will be keeping that. Another classic product is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. Again, I love this. It's a really nice product, so I'll definitely be keeping this as well. I have another one of the NYX HD foundation sticks. This is in the shade 13 Rich, and I kept this to use for contouring and it works quite nicely as that, so I will be keeping this as well. I have the Maybelline Master Sculpt contouring kit. I actually really like this. The highlighting shade I don't use, but the contour shade is really nice, so we'll be keeping that as well. I also have the Milani Baked Bronzer in 04 Glow. This is actually like a really shimmery warm bronzer and I quite like it if you want like a really sun-kissed look, so I'm definitely going to keep this. I have the 17 Instant Glow Cream Bronzer. This I really like as well. It's a cream matte bronzer and I love this in summer especially. I have the Max Factor Cream Bronzer in Light Gold. This I absolutely love. I've been using this a lot recently for a contouring powder and it's great, so I'll definitely be keeping that. I have the Cargo HD Picture Perfect Bronzer in 01. I absolutely love this. It's a really nice bronzer and it's completely matte as well, which I love, so I'll be keeping this as well. I have two of the Sleek highlighting palettes. So I have Solstice, which was the first one I ever got, and I love this. It's really nice. I also have Cleopatra's Kiss, which is more aimed at darker skin tones, but I do quite like most of the shades in here. I will be keeping this as well. I have the MUA Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter. This is the pink one. I can't remember the name of this. I think it might be called Pink Shimmer, but it's a really nice pink highlighter. I don't really wear pink highlighters anymore, but I will keep this for now because it is quite used and I do like it if I do want a pink shimmer highlighter. And then along with that I also have the MUA Undress Your Skin highlighter in Iridescent Gold as well. This is a really nice gold highlighter which I really like as well, so I will be keeping that. I have two more of the MUA Prism highlighters. I have Polarized Green, which is actually a green highlighter, and I haven't tried this out, so I will be putting this in the try pile. And I also have Ultraviolet, which I again haven't tried out yet, so I will be putting this in the try pile as well. I have this from Sleek. This is their cream contour kit in medium. I really like this for cream contouring. I don't really use cream contouring that much, but if I do want some cream contouring, I will go for this. And can I say cream contouring any more times in one sentence? I don't think so, but yeah, I really do like this, so I will be keeping this as well. I have the Sleek contour kit in Light. As you can see, the highlighter of this I pretty much used, and the contour shade I really like, so I'll be keeping this. I have the Soap & Glory Solar Powder, which I also really like. I reach for this quite often as well, so I'll be keeping that. I have the No. 7 Perfectly Bronzed Dual Bronzer. I used to love this back when I was younger, and I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm going to put this in the try pile and see if I can rekindle my love for it. And finally, I have the 17 Define and Conquer Contour Kit, and I'm not too sure about this, so I'm going to put this in the try pile. Used to love it, and as you can see I use the matte highlight shade a lot, but I'm going to see how I feel about this. So that is everything for this section. I am going to be keeping all of these products here, trying out these products, and then giving away these sets. So there is a lot that I'm keeping, but this is blushes and highlighters, and I do love them, and they are something you can collect a lot more than other products, so I am happy with what I'm giving away and stuff as well. That is everything for the face section of my makeup collection. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed watching me declutter my face makeup collection, and I will see you all soon for my eye and lip segments of this sort of like series thing that I'm doing. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all soon.